All right, this is week 2 of my trade recaps for day trading the ES futures. So let's get to it. First, Monday, it was honestly a pretty good day to start off the week. Monday. Let's skip forward a couple of these 4-hour candles. So coming into my session at 9:30, I saw price tapped this 4-hour wick S&D. It was on the 2-hour candle. So I wanted to see. So that actually happened right at market open. So I wanted to catch along off that. So I entered a buy off the candle close after the candle tapped the 4-hour POI, the wick S&D, and closed up here, and I entered here, stop at the bottom of the candle that tapped it. And then I looked for a reversal when we tapped this 4-hour fair value gap, because this was created between 8 o'clock and 9:15. That's part of my rule. If I have a trade from a 1 hour or 4-hour or 15-minute POI or liquidity, then I'm able to take a reversal from a trade from a higher time frame or a 15-minute POI that was created from 8 to 9:15. And so that was created from 8 to 9:15. And so I looked for a reversal after the 5-minute. Since it's a 15-minute POI, looked for the 5-minute candle to tap into it, which it did right here. And then it closed down here, which meant that it was rejecting. And then I reversed, entered here, stops at 4 pips, TP at 16 pips, which is down here. And easy like that. 4R plus 0.67R. So that's Monday. We can type that out here. 4.67R. Let's get to Tuesday now. Okay. So on Tuesday, we had this 4-hour, same thing as Monday, 4-hour wick S&D on the 2 a.m. candle. And so we already tapped that. It was already mitigated during the 6 a.m. candle. So I was looking for a reversal from this 1-hour liquidity sweep right here. And so since this was already mitigated before my session opened, and the session didn't open inside the POI, I disregarded it. So I looked at this 1-hour liquidity, wanted to see a reversal from it, which we did get here. Unfortunate that this candle didn't close one tick higher. Otherwise, I would have entered right here, but I had to wait for this candle to close, which closed up here. Entered right here, if you can see that line. Make it a little bigger right here. I entered at this line, stops at 4 pips, and let me put this back here. And then same thing as the day before, I saw this 15-minute POI that was created from 9 to 8:15, or sorry, 8 to 9:15 right here. Not this fair value gap, because that was confirmed after 9:15. It was confirmed at 9:30. With the 9:30 candle, so I disregarded that fair value gap. I waited for this POI right here, this 15-minute POI right here. I waited for the 5-minute to tap into that, so I can look for a reversal, which it did right here. And then same exact thing as the day before. Candle closed down there, entered, stops at 4 pips, and I don't need that. And yeah, TP at 16 pips, which is down here. Let me fix that, make it 16. There, 4R. So what is that? That's 4R plus 0.81. Okay, so 4.81R. So that's 4.81R on Tuesday, 4.67 on Monday. And then on Wednesday, the rest of the week wasn't as good. And after I'm done with the recaps, I've something to go over that's going to change a lot about my trading. So on this session, I saw at market open, 9:30 right here. I'll mark this out so it's easier on this outlook for the trade. At market open, where are we? Let's fix this. Market open, we had this 4-hour S&D to tap into. So, and we also had this 4-hour wick S&D right here. So the furthest one that price tapped, did it sweep this liquidity? I don't think so. Yeah, I hit it exactly. That's unfortunate. Because with price hit this liquidity, it actually, if price actually swept this liquidity, then I would have looked for an entry right up here with an entry here, stop here, and an easy trade for a higher RR. But I had to wait for the price to close out of this box, which is the 4-hour wick S&D, if you can see here. Since it only got mitigated by 1 tick, that's literally 1 tick I checked, then I still count the POI as unmitigated. So we mitigated it at market open, and then we came down, closed below it, stops at the top of the candle that closed below. And then what happened here, I didn't see an entry, or I didn't get a reversal from any 15-minute POIs. None were available, and I didn't get a reversal from a confirmed POI within the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle, which is per my rules. Would have been nice to get a reversal from that POI right there, or even a 4-hour POI there. But I didn't. I let it run, and I only made 0.86 R on that. So 0.86 R, because I either let it hit TP or stop loss, or I close at 2 p.m., which is right here. And at 2 p.m. we had FOMC news. So price kind of went crazy. Also, Trump kind of fucked me on this trade because, oh no, that's not this trade. That's the next day. So I did get fucked by Trump, on one of my trades on, I guess, Thursday. Let's go over that next. Let's go back. Okay. At 9:30, not that. What did I do at 9:30? Okay, so it's this 4-hour wick S&D. Yeah, so at 9:30 we tapped into this. I saw we already tapped into this 4-hour wick S&D, but we didn't sweep any other area, so we were still looking for reversals from the 4-hour wick S&D. So the 9:30 we actually opened inside of it, so I got an entry right when the 9:30 candle closed below. I actually got a little bit of a better entry because I had I don't know, I think my trade of 8 glitched or something when I was trying to enter, so it took a second, and luckily it actually gave me a better entry. And then stops at 4 pips, and then actually that's not true. Stops weren't at 4 pips, they were up here. And then I would have took profit, where was that, at the 4-hour liquidity down here, right at this line. But we didn't hit take profit right at 10:30, which is right here. Trump said he all he did was acknowledge that the stock market was doing good, and then he caused the stock market to go up. I don't know how that plays an effect in the stock markets. I think he knows how much he can manipulate the markets, and that's fucked. That he just, all he did was at 10:30 he made a post on Truth Social. He said crypto and the stock markets are booming, everything is up, And then that he didn't say anything important. All he was doing was acknowledging that the stock market was up, and then price runs up. So of course he had to say that while I was in a short. So I got that loss there. Let's fix that there. -1. And then I had another -1 here because we swept this 4-hour liquidity here. Yeah, we swept that liquidity there, then closed below. But got stopped because price was only going up. So, well, this would have been a fire trade. That would have been fire. Let's see. I didn't even see this. This would have happened during my session, but I already took 2 losses, so I would have been done. Oh, I would have got stopped anyways. I would have put my stop here, and then it would have got stopped by this. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but let's get on to Friday. Let's skip these few candles. So, on Thursday, did I get that typed out? No, I didn't. So that's a -2, actually. -2, and then on Friday... What happened on Friday? Oh yes, I remember. So we had this 4-hour wick a 4-hour unconfirmed S&D here. So we had the 6 a.m. candle tap into that. We had that tap in here, and then took this short here, and then I took that loss with the stop at the top of that candle that closed below, and then I took a re-entry with the entry here at the bottom of the candle that closed below, stop up here. This was looking really good when we engulfed all this. I don't even know why price just kept going up, honestly. So I took 2 losses today also. So that's -2 on Friday. -2. So let's do some math. That's -2, -2, -4. Shit, I'm gonna need a calculator for this. So we have -4, so that's gonna be 0.67 plus 4.81 plus 0.86. So I finished the week plus 6.34 RR. Yeah, so pretty good week, honestly. But one thing I want to say is on Monday and Tuesday, I broke my rules for the first time since I switched to this strategy, and this strategy has been working for me for weeks. But I broke my rules on Monday and Tuesday, the same exact rule that I broke. Basically, there's a rule in my rules that I didn't follow because I was not confident in it, and that rule is I can take a reversal from a 15-minute POI from 8 to 9:15. These were the POIs I should have took a reversal from, and I didn't. But as per my rules, these are the trades that I would have took if I actually followed my rules. Should have took the reversal from here, and I didn't because I didn't follow my rules. Same exact mistake 2 days in a row. I'm learning from that, and I'm not going to let that happen again. That's the only rule in this strategy that I'm just not as comfortable. So I got that out of the way, and now I'm confident in the whole strategy, and I need to make sure I don't make that mistake again. Also, something important for my strategy that I'm going to be changing. I'm not changing the strategy or anything. I love the strategy, and I switched to this about a month ago, and it's going pretty fire. Actually, I want those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, I've noticed earlier in the week that in the first 2 to 3 days, my P&L on the week is usually at least plus 8 RR. So what I'm gonna start, and then throughout the rest of the week, I end up giving it back. Like this week before, I back tested all these weeks week before, I always end up getting 8 RR earlier in the week, and then I finish with a lower amount, like 5, sometimes 4, 3, 6, all here. But I end up getting 8 I end up being up 8 at an earlier point in the week. So what I'm going to start doing is having my P&L on Trade-Ovate to lock me out once I make 8 RR worth of profits. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That would be on a 50K account. That would be $1,600 a week, which is fine. Because then after 2 weeks, that's more than enough for a buffer for the drawdown and $1,200 for a payout by the time it's payout date. So yeah, that's honestly fine. And then I'll have the buffer and I'll have the account for long term. And then I'll be done earlier in the week. I can be done in 2 days. That it's actually very common that I'll have 2 good days in a row, and they usually happen in the beginning of the week anyways. So hopefully that happens for me. Next week I'm gonna start an evaluation. I'm gonna risk $1,000 on per trade on Monday and Tuesday. That's when I'll start it. So I only need a 1.5 risk to reward trade on Monday, and then a 1.5 on Tuesday. Tuesday is CPI day. Right here, CPI day. So hopefully I get some good volume. I've been back testing a bunch of CPI days, and I'm so ready for CPI day. I'm gonna bank. Well, I only need 1,500, which is 1.5 R. If I'm risking 1,000, and that's a pretty small trade, but I'm gonna get that, bro. I'm gonna get on Monday also. Monday's gonna be good PA for me. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass those on Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm gonna take a break because I want to stick to the 8R rule a week. I want to take a break until the next week and then start. Once I make 4R in a day, I lock out for the day, and then once I make 8R in a week, I'm done for the week. So Monday and Tuesday I can get 4 and 4, and then I'll be done. Or I can make 4 and then -2, then 4 plus 2, well, plus 4, and then I'll have the lockout at +2 RR on Thursday. So it'll just automatically close the trade, and then I wouldn't trade Friday. Yeah, I think it's gonna go great, and trading's been going so great for me, and that's basically the one thing I gotta do. Well, I gotta make sure I follow my rules. I can't be letting this shit happen to me. I would have been done at the first 2 days of the week. That would be 8R 2 days in a week, 2 days in a row. That'd be 4 plus 4, 8.67. That'd be fucking 9.78 R in 2 days, and I would be done for the week. So I'm gonna switch to that, lock out at 8R a week, and I need to make sure I follow my rules, and I will, because I have for the past weeks when I've been trading this new rule, except this is the first time I messed up on following my rules, and I learned from it, and I'm not letting it happen again. So this is actually when I fucking make profit. I'm gonna make so much profit when I get funded. This strategy is so good too. This is when it happens, man. Next week I'm getting funded, and then I'm done for the week, and then the week after that we have good news. Not too bad news. So we should have a steady week here, as long as Trump doesn't say anything. And then that'd be my first week of profit. Let's do it. And then the plan for that is I risk $200 on the funded account, which is a 10 loss limit. So I can lose 10 trades and I'll be fine. Well, I won't be fine. I'll lose 10 trades and then I'll lose the account. So $200 profit, and let's say I target 8R a week. That's $1,600 a week. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's pretty steady too. 8R is just 2 winning trades and a medium trade. No, that's just 2 winning trades. 2 times 4R. So that's what we're gonna rock with, and I've been hitting 8R very consistently, and I'm very excited. So hopefully it goes well. good luck to you guys. Hopefully you had a good week, and good luck next week.